Coming up on DITV News, we give you an update on President Trump's stance regarding gun laws, and we show you how local high schools took action.
And later, we'll show you how the University of Iowa is promoting its students' health with cooking classes.
We take a closer look at Iowa basketball's loss against Indiana.
Did we finally see the end of that snow? Find out more as I give you this week's weather.
All that and more coming your way.
Stay right there. DITV starts now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Christopher Cervantes.
And I'm Alexis Tanzi. In the midst of recent events in Florida, President Trump has announced he is open to improving background checks.
To tell us more, we have DITV News reporter Kaylin Cluck in the Steckman studio. Kaylin?
Thanks, guys. In the aftermath of the Florida high school shooting last week, there was more pressure than ever on President Trump to take action against gun violence. Protests and walkouts are happening nationwide to prompt legislative action to prevent more deadly mass shootings. President Trump responded to the shooting last week with a tweet criticizing the FBI for failing to notice red flags surrounding alleged gunman Nicholas Cruz. His reaction drew heavy criticism, especially from students who survived the massacre. One by Congress involves improving federal background checks, and President Trump has surprised many by signaling his support. A spokesperson for the president says, quote, "While discussions are ongoing and revisions are being considered, the president is supportive of efforts to improve the federal background check system," end quote. Now, this is significant due to the president's usual pro-gun position and backing by the National Rifle Association during the 2016 election. The president has typically responded to past mass shootings by focusing on the mental health of the gunmen. This statement signals that the president could be more open to possible firearm access restrictions. It's still unclear whether any new legislation will pass, but gun control will no doubt be on Congress's agenda for weeks to come. Guys, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Kaylin, and we're sorry about those technical difficulties. Yesterday, hundreds of students walked out of classrooms and through Iowa City to make a statement. Participants came from at least 3 different schools: Iowa City City High, West High, and Southeast Junior High. Students aim to send a message to lawmakers, a message that school shootings must stop. The walkout was motivated by the high school shooting in Parkland, Florida last week. It's considered one of the deadliest high school shootings in U.S. history. The 19-year-old gunman opened fire, killing 17 people and injuring 14 others.
With graduation a few months away, the Career Center is filling with students preparing for life after college. 2 peer advisors help students prepare for the do's and don'ts of a career fair. DITV News reporter Gustavo Meyer has more.
Students checked into the Career Center lobby of the Pomerantz Center for the Prepare for the Fair session. One peer advisor spoke on the usefulness of the Career Fair Plus app.
You can look at the different employers involved. You can scroll through, you can click on one, so for example, and do some research, gets an overview. It's a place where you can actually take notes as well.
You could start by going onto the App Store and looking up the Career Fair Plus app. After it's opened, and once you're on the home page, you can simply type in your university's name. And information about the career fair will become available.
Save your favorite company for last, talk to a bunch of different companies, be ready, prepare your research ahead of time so that you know everything that you can about each company, and talk to employers. Just be natural.
Over 160 employers in the business sector will be in attendance for the career fair. Liz and Rachel recommend printing 10 resumes for the event tomorrow from 11 to 3 p.m. Resume edits and mock interviews may also be attended every weekday in the Career Center. The event will be held in the main lounge and second floor ballroom of the IMU. This is Gustavo Meyer, DITV News.
Yesterday, we told you the breaking news that one of Iowa's most popular personalities, KCCI meteorologist Frank Scione, had been accused of sexual assault. As of yesterday afternoon, Scione no longer works for the Des Moines-based station. Scione's Twitter and Facebook accounts appeared to be deleted Sunday night after news of allegations broke.
Chris, it seems like things in Des Moines are getting really heavy.
Extremely so, Alexis, almost as heavy as the rain we had last night. Let's toss it over to Jahisha Thomas in the weather studio. Jahisha?
Thanks, Chris. Personally, I haven't been more grateful to see that rain, as it means we are one step closer to less snow and those spring weathers. But we aren't quite out the woods yet, as today we do see some warm weather trying to break through those wet clouds, as we see 40 degrees today, and before we hit those 15 degrees at night. Then looking at our extended forecast, we start to see that sun peeking through those clouds, but not as warm as the day before, as we only reach highs of 32 degrees before hitting 22 degrees in the evening. Thursday, we reluctantly revisit that snow again with a few rain showers at 39 degrees and still in the low 30s as we head into the evening. Friday afternoon, we get to peak at that sun again as we hit a decent 43 degrees in the afternoon before settling to mid-20s in the evening. Then coming into the weekend, we are greeted with those rainy snow showers again, but hopefully it doesn't settle as it's still 41 degrees. And Sunday, we finally get to fully see that big, beautiful sun as we hit a respectable 43 degrees before lowering to about 28 degrees in the evening. So it looks like we are going to experience all types of weather this week, but I'm only going to be focusing on the sunshine, as should you. So hopefully have a wonderful week, and back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jahisha. Healthy eating in college may be a concern for some students. Last night, Student Health and Wellness held a cooking class to show students you can still eat healthy in college. DITV News reporter Junior Kim reports with more.
It is 7 o'clock at night, the time when you may get hungry. Tonight, I have decided to have my dinner at Rec Center because Student Health and Wellness at University of Iowa provides free healthy foods and also teach how to cook for myself. Nowadays, eating healthily is important as much as eating deliciously.
I have a fair number of students that come in and will want to talk about losing weight or healthy ways to lose weight. But some students just want to come in and talk about how to eat healthy or to have a healthy diet. I do see students with eating disorders. I spend a fair amount of time with students with eating disorders.
Today's menu includes rice cake with yogurt and sandwiches with veggies. There, we see some healthy ingredients too. The audience seems to like food.
I loved it. It was so tasty and it was fun.
And also satisfied with the event.
I think people think that cooking can be scary or it's hard or it's difficult to find a recipe that's quick. You know, in college or just in life, people are always so busy. So it shows how accessible the food really can be.
If you're deeply concerned about your eating habit, the organization also provides free nutrition consultations for University of Iowa students. You can check that out at studenthealth.uiowa.edu. Reporting from Campus Recreation and Wellness Center, this is Junior Kim, DITV News.
Oof. Alexis, I don't know about you, but that package made me hungry, almost as hungry as Hawkeye basketball is for a win.
That's right, Chris. Hawkeye basketball has not been having a great season. Let's toss it over to Will in our sports studio for more.
That's right, guys. It's been a very rough season for Iowa basketball, but it was a great weekend for men's wrestling and women's gymnastics. The women's gymnastics team took on Ball State Friday night in their annual pink meet. Jim Hawks kicked things off on the vault where Maria Ortiz finished with a season-high 9.85. On the bars, Melissa Zorowski took home the event title with a season-best 9.875. And Nicole Chow won the event title on the beam with a 9.85. Chow also won the all-around title with a career-high 39.25. And finally on the floor, Iowa's Lainey Snyder tied her season best with a 9.9, and Iowa finished first in the meet overall over Ball State with a final team score of 195.775.
We trained super hard all week to fix some of the details that we're making mistakes on. I thought we looked far more impressive as an overall team. We're still making, in my opinion, we look timid a little bit. And I hate that word. So for me to be able to say that we look like that means something's wrong. So I got to go back in and figure out how to train them, so we're going to fix it.
Hopefully the Jim Hawks won't be timid as they'll be back in action this weekend on the road at Southern Utah. The Iowa men's basketball team faced another heartbreaking loss to Indiana this weekend. Lucy Rodin tells us more on the dramatic final play of the game.
Down by 2 with 9 seconds on the clock, Fran McCaffrey called a timeout. And during those 30 seconds, it didn't matter that Iowa had had a disappointing season. the Hawks were once again so close to another desperately needed win.
Everybody thinks the most important person is the shooter, it's the inbounder. Because there's going to be all kinds. You can draw up any play, but everything, you don't know what's going to happen.
And this was the perspective of Iowa's Jordan Bohannon as he had the opportunity to win their game against Indiana with his final shot that didn't go in.
I came to the ball and they were sagging off me quite a bit. I just did a hip move and just a normal one dribble pull up like I normally do in practice that I've been working off my entire life, but it just didn't fall.
I was so confident in that shot. I'm confident if he shoots and there's 5 people on him.
You know, I thought obviously Bohannon's shot was going in on us, but you know, we're lucky to come out of here with it.
I'm more disappointed in myself. One, for not knowing how much time we had on the clock. You know, that's solely on me. I should have been able to get a better look. And then, you know, just the fact that we came close and we weren't able to pull that one out. It's definitely frustrating.
And just like their game against Indiana, Iowa's season is best described as frustrating.
No one has really lost like this before. You know, everyone in their high school careers and even last year, you know, we haven't been, you know, losing like this. So it's different. And but we got a lot of strong and strong-minded guys in there who are, you know, going to work and keep working.
We're blessed to play this game. Every day I wake up and try not to take it for granted that I'm able to play the game I love at such a great place. And so, you know, when you think about that, think of the game from that standpoint, it's not hard to get up in the morning and to continue to play, continue to give that effort.
2 games to go, the Hawks now sit last place in the Big Ten. After wrestling's dominating win over Iowa State this weekend, I can't wait for the Big Ten tournament. DITV's Bo Bowman was in Ames this weekend to catch up with the team and find out how they are preparing.
The Iowa wrestling team wrapped up their regular season with a dominating 35-6 win over Iowa State this weekend.
That's what we're about. So you want to finish holds, you want to finish matches, you want to finish the season strong.
And now with the postseason underway, all focus is on the Big Ten tournament, where anything can happen.
It doesn't matter, you know, if it's a mismatch or not. There's knockout blows in this sport where, you know, it's 1 second, both shoulders on the mat, and you can get beat. So you got to be ready to go.
Previewing the Big Ten's, Iowa will likely have 6 wrestlers seated in the top 5, with Spencer Lee, Michael Kemmerer, and possibly Alex Marinelli all receiving the #1 seed. But if you ask any of them, seeds don't matter. What matters is focusing on the little things and the things that are within their control.
It doesn't matter really who the opponent is. You know, as you get farther into the season, you're going to have good opponents pretty much every time, and you know, we're prepared for that, we're trained for that, so it's just a matter of being confident in my stuff and really fine-tuning just the things that I do well. We're looking forward to the Big Tens, and we're a family, and we're very close right now and getting ready to go.
Big Ten tournament action will kick off March 3rd from East Lansing, Michigan. But for now, from Iowa City, this has been Bo Bowman, DITV Sports.
That will be it for our wrestling team until Big Ten's which kick off March 3rd. But before that, tune in Thursday for a special March 1st show and a special Mat Side show as well with Bo Bowman and Jim Gertis previewing the Big Ten tournament. And tune in tomorrow to see our Mary Kate Aaron go through an intense professional athlete training session. I hear the Cubs are looking for a pitcher and an outfielder and an infielder. But other than that, they're great. Alexis and Chris at the desk, back to you.
That's all we have for you on this Tuesday morning edition of DITV.
If you're on the run, grab a print edition of the paper on stands now.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news between now and Friday. For DITV News, I'm Alexis Tansey.
And I'm Christopher Cervantes. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.